Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Pink Floyd Completion Project. And today we are looking at something very special, Atom Heart Mother. And if you notice, yes, this is the first one that I have a visual aid for. And first I'm going to talk about something that I haven't gotten the opportunity to talk about yet because I haven't had visual aids, album covers. Uh, So most of the Floyd's album covers, apart from their first one and then The Wall and the Final Cut, were done by a firm called Hypnosis, who are like synonymous with 70s album covers, essentially. And what the Floyd wanted for this one in particular was like they had gotten this sort of space rock reputation. And so they went to the guys at Hypnosis and went, "Hey, can you take a picture of the least space rock thing you can think of?" And they went, "Sure." And they got a picture of this cow. So that's the explanation behind the album cover. Now, the first song on this album is the Atom Heart Mother Suite. It is the first side-long suite of the Floyd's career, and it is fantastic. All right, like this thing starts like a movie. Like, in fact, there is like a documentary out there of Roger Waters saying that this suite was essentially meant to be the soundtrack to the most epic movie that doesn't exist. Uh, so like it was like and it sounds like a movie soundtrack, you know. And my air conditioner just kicked on. It is hot as fuck right now, so I am mildly dying. Uh, so if I start sweating and look like I'm about to have a stroke at any point during this, I probably am. But yeah, the Atom Heart Mother Suite, it sounds like a movie, and then when that main melody kicks in, that dun 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 dun, it is awesome. There's like an orchestra they had in on there, like on this album. They do like in moments kind of carry the piece because sometimes the Floyd aren't the greatest on their instruments in this one, but not like for the most part they are amazing. Um, and then there's like there's a motorcycle noise for some reason mixed in with like uh galloping horses. Can you tell that this is the first one on this list so far that I've actually gotten like really excited about? Because this album is really good. It's really good. Um, yeah, no, like, you know, and then Roger and Rick actually have a little jam. Like Rick's doing this little organ, do 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 do, and you know Roger's playing his bass, and it's like it sounds so cool. And then Dave comes in, like he starts doing like this slide guitar thing, and then it transfers over to his Strat, and it's so cool. This is the first inkling of, or not the first inkling, but this is like the first point where you can tell, oh, David Gilmour is one of the greats. Like it is awesome. Like it. Like, yeah, I wrote down this is the beginning of God Dave, and then it's choir time. Like this choir comes in, like, and it's cool, and everybody's still doing their shit. Over half of this page is notes about Atom Heart Mother, about the Atom Heart Mother Suite. Like, you know, and then and then the band joins the choir, and then, you know, Rick and Roger come back in with their jam, and then Dave starts doing some bluesy shit, and it is like the brilliance of the Floyd is kicking in. Like it is awesome. And then there's like some African chants over Rick and Dave being like, and then comes in these African chants over top of Rick and Dave, like the first moment of Rick and Dave really starting to, you know, not directly, but they're definitely feeding off of each other, and it sounds like it is awesome. Like this again, this is the first piece of like oh from Pink Floyd, apart from Astronomy Dawnamy. Astronomy Dawnamy is fucking killer. Like, and I think I said that in the review of that, in the review of Piper. And then the main melody rejoins, and then and then what remains from Ummagumma, or stuff that sounds like it should have been on Ummagumma, comes in, and that section of the song lasts a bit too long. Like, it is not great. But then, yeah, and then the coherence returns, and it builds back to the main melody, and it is awesome. And then the return of Rick and Roger's jamming, and then Dave starts being cool as hell again, and then the reprise, and then basically you have this abbreviated reprise of everything before the African chants, but not all set. It's like all at once, and it's so good. Like the first side of this album, because the suite takes up the entire side. I know this is a CD, but this was released in 1970. It is so fucking cool. It is so good. Sadly, the second half of the album is not as good, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Like, the second half of this album, for the most part, is pretty damn good. Yeah. Yeah, so the first song, so they continued on with their, everybody writes, something for side 2. Nick didn't do that this time. He just played on everybody else's, which is understandable, right? Like, I get it. Because he doesn't write songs. He plays the drums. That is his job in the band. That is what he says his job in the band was. He did production work and stuff. But yeah. It begins as yet another acoustic thing. It's okay. And then he mentions Going Insane, which, if you know anything about this band, he goes, "If I go insane, please don't put your wires in my brain." There's a particular album coming up in the next couple of reviews, not immediately, but we're getting there. But he mentions Going Insane. He goes, "If I go insane, please don't put your wires in my brain." And it's okay. And then Dave and Rick join, and then the song becomes good. Roger is a damn good lyricist. He's not the best melody man. So yeah, and then Summer 68, which is Rick's contribution. Summer 68 is awesome. It's kind of like, so there's two kinds. It's kind of like a multi-part prog jam. And there's two kinds of multi-part prog songs. There are, of course, the suites, and then there's stuff off of, I'm thinking off of the Yes album. There's stuff like Perpetual Change, and I've Seen All Good People, stuff like that. And this is much more in the Perpetual Change, I've Seen All Good People section of prog. And it has different sections, and it's about Rick sleeping with a groupie and regretting it. He did not like doing that. He wasn't a fan of, or not, I won't say he wasn't a fan of doing that, because he did it more than once. But he's just like, I need human connection, man. And then he got it. The first marriage didn't last the longest, but, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, and then when Dave joins in, it gets better than it was before. It is a damn good song. And then Summer 68, and not Summer, Fat Old Son, this is Dave's contribution. It is the best song on side 2. It's good. It is really good. I can't really express how good a lot of these songs are. You kind of have to listen to this album. And then the final song on side 2 is Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast. And it's fun musical jams interspersed with one of Pink Floyd's roadies talking about the shit he eats for breakfast when they're touring. And that's the kind of thing that what Ummagumma should have been, instead of the incoherent mess that it is. But and it is the worst thing on side 2, and it is arguably the worst thing on the album, I'd say. Maybe If. It's between If and Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast for the worst song on the album, but I'm gonna go with If being the worst one. I've changed my mind. Because, like, the musical portions of Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast are really good. Like, they are fun, like, Floyd jams. Those are, like, like, you can tell, oh yeah, this band is gonna make something fucking excellent. And they will. They will make many excellent albums. Like, it is, like, so, yeah. And what would I rate this? Probably about a 7 out of 10. Like, right, it is the, like, this is the first one where I'm gonna go, buy it. Like, if you, like, first of all, if you like Pink Floyd, own this. Because you're not gonna be entirely disappointed. If you like Pink Floyd, buy this album. It is amazing. Like, and even if you're kind of a sucker for, early prog, like, I'm talking, 1969, 1970 early prog, because this came out in 1970. It is a great album. I highly, highly recommend it. So that is, like, even with the sort of iffy bits, it is still a pretty good album. So that is where I am going to leave you for today. If you want to continue on this journey with me, subscribe to this channel. If you want to hear me talk about stuff that isn't music, go subscribe. I have a podcast with two of my buddies called Dorkies. You should go subscribe to that. Like, uploads there are a little bit more sporadic. But, we're working on it. If you want to see what I'm listening to that day, or at the very least a 15-second segment, go follow me on Instagram at Sean_Heaster1979. And if you liked the video, leave a like on it. Or don't. I don't really care. So, yeah, that is where I'm going to leave it with you today. Have yourselves a fantastic day. So, yeah, bye-bye.